West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Good evening and welcome to the NILECAST News Bulletin on West Nile TV. It is the 17th of December 2025. My name is Kajik Deizuchama. Let's have a look at the headlines.
In the headlines tonight, the Inspectorate General of Government engages civil servants on strategies to tackle corruption. Narrow trains potential goat farmers in Pakwach district. And heavy rainfall and lightning devastates two villages in Ajumani district. This and more in the NILECAST News Bulletin.
The Inspector General of Government engaged different stakeholders on the importance of tackling corruption to improve governance and service delivery in Arua District on the 16th of December 2025 at the Arua District Boardroom. The engagement was aimed at equipping participants with strategies to combat corruption and promote ethical practices. Ponifiona reports.
Inspectorate Government General trained civil servants on corruption. The training held on 16th December 2025 at the district boardroom focused on addressing corruption with discussions on its causes, which includes weak ethical practices, greed for money, and low or delayed salaries, among others. The session also highlighted fighting bodies against corruption, including the Police Inspectorate, IG Anti-Corruption Act Chapter 116, the Inspectorate of Government Act Chapter 32, and the Whistleblower Protection Act 2010, among others. Nicholas Kajura, Head of Office, IGG Arua, highlights a key challenge of protecting whistleblowers who often expose themselves, making it difficult to keep their identities confidential. Kajura adds that some cases remain unfinished due to the complex and lengthy processes involved.
Protection, I think sometimes people who report to our office, some of them feel that it is something they can use to pose over the people they have reported. They even go to drinking joints and talk how they have reported others to the Inspectorate of Government, not knowing that it is risky. So we do not have control over such people since they are adults. And for us, when they come, we usually advise them not to do what? To expose themselves, because they can be injured by the public or the other people they have reported to us. But we can only end there. We cannot keep that person with us so that he doesn't get drunk and talks whatever he talks. We have also had an experience where one of our witnesses has been poisoned at a drinking joint, and yet he had brought us a very good case where we had even arrested a high-profile person. And now the case could not proceed in court because he was our principal witness. And yet we had warned him not to do what? To expose himself. For completion of cases, why do we take on cases we cannot complete? We usually put in effort to expeditiously handle cases, but sometimes because there are so many procedures we have to follow, and we also deal with other agencies and so many other stakeholders to ensure that we get enough evidence to conclude the matter. It may take a little more time than maybe somebody who has brought a case would expect, because we usually want to get enough evidence before the ITG can pronounce herself on a matter. So it even requires moving to different places and offices. It can be like, for example, within Arua or maybe Kampala, and other expert opinion can also be secured from other, maybe engineers, can get from maybe forensic document examiners. So all that takes some time. And maybe in that we request that people have to bear with that.
As of Priscilla, ICS Project Officer Governance Integrated Child Service notes challenges in fighting corruption, including skepticism about their identity and lack of identification, making their work harder.
Community monitoring groups that have been trained and empowered to do service monitoring on behalf of the people as they continue to educate the masses on their rights to monitor services delivered to them. In the process of implementing this, we are facing head-on challenges from institutions where there is a lot of skepticism of who are they, who sent them here, have they come to look for trouble, can we even give information to them? They hesitate to receive and attend to them. That is one challenge. Two, there is the element of identification. Since they are kind of like an organized group doing this service monitoring, their challenge is if we went to do this work and we had an apron or a tag to show us as a community structure that is formally recognized to do service monitoring, perhaps we will be able to get better attention from the institutions. And then there are elements of intimidation from some of the institutions that think this could be witch hunting. So there are those statements that tend to actually put down the community structures during the service monitoring.
The IGG emphasized the importance of tackling corruption to improve governance and service delivery in the district. The training aimed to equip participants with strategies to combat corruption and promote ethical practices. Reporting for West Nile TV, Ponifiona, NILECAST.
The National Agricultural Research Organization, NARO, has actively trained potential goat farmers in a one-day training at Pakwach District Headquarters on the 17th of December 2025. These efforts are expected to contribute to Uganda's agricultural growth, food security, and economic development. Alfred Jawok has more.
The National Agricultural Research Organization, NARO, has actively trained potential goat farmers in Pakwach District to embrace commercial farming. During the one-day training at Pakwach District Headquarters today, 17th December 2025, John Eting, Research Officer, NARO, said the initiative aims to improve goat farming practices, enhance productivity, and increase household incomes for smallholder farmers in Pakwach District.
This morning, I'm in the Pakwach District Local Government on a mission which is derived from the mandate of the National Agricultural Research Organization. As an organization, NARO, our key mandate is to generate and disseminate agricultural research technologies for the people of Uganda. Specifically, for West Nile Agroecological Zone, the mission for this particular occasion that I've come for in the Pakwach is to build capacity of farmers on the goat husbandry practices. Why goats? Goats play a leading role in providing protein, in providing food, in providing income to the household. It complements other sources of a household income. Now, we have an intervention of community breeding program.
Robert Chanpara, District Veterinary Officer, Pakwach District, stated that NARO has partnered with the Manigret Farms Limited to advance research, breeding, management, and commercialization programs for goats, focusing on developing high-quality breeds that are disease-resistant and resilient to local conditions.
I want to take this opportunity to thank NARO, Arua, for coming to Pakwach and to conduct the training on goats management. Actually, Pakwach District has potential commercial farmers who are practicing goat farming, and it is because of the available opportunities, markets which are available, and the markets are from Congo, from Sudan, and then from other neighboring districts like Arua. So this training will benefit our goat farmers to improve on their capacities, especially in the goat management, where nutrition is a concern, and then animal disease control is a concern, and breeding.
Meanwhile, Robert Omito Pakwach District Chairperson realized that the training will improve local goat breeds through crossbreeding with the high-performing breeds like the Kalahari and Janzu big ear goats.
We are privileged that the rearing of animal is something that has been taken up very seriously. For me, this balalo, the bad ones must leave, but the good ones should remain. The reason, bad ones in terms of maybe animal theft, or they are making destroying community crops. But the ones who have their land, they have obeyed all the president has said. Let them remain. Our people one time were too bossy. Looking after animal was associated with the vulnerability. You are vulnerable, you are poor, you are useless. It is of late that people are learning. For us, our people are good at learning from others. So let Balalo continue to get rich here, and the people continue to learn from them. Goats was just for what Cow was saying.
The efforts are expected to contribute to Uganda's agricultural growth, food security, and economic development. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
The heavy rainfalls and lightning in Shiforo Sub-County, Adjumani District, left a trail of destruction and displacement in its wake in Shiforo Sub-County, Adjumani District, on the 16th of December 2025, which hit the villages of Panyawe and Shiforo Central, respectively. Affected residents are appealing for urgent support to rebuild their homes and their livelihoods. Alan Nzema has more.
Properties worth millions of shillings, such as buildings, livestock, food crops, among others, have been damaged following the heavy rainfall and lightning in Siforo Sub-County, Adjumani District on the 16th of December 2025, which hit the villages of Panyawe and Siforo Central, respectively. Ambayo Nelson, the resident of Panyawe village, appealed for support from the relevant stakeholders, especially the Red Cross Society.
Gana esuma jaa amama le mulsitro amatanya ke edongbe edo zizi edo irinaga ke iri oyarin chase sanen jana disu amangbe maya sko samesu ma jo dinengbe halfway akagangbe eri onjipengbe enyaku ezugbe tamanyaraga amatanya kwe ngba amatanya kwe da me mbale nyanyaka di da ma so ma meri batiri ama batiti ai jozia ama mezitra masama jo amada jorega kera sama tanyere ngeri onji jo adri okungba ise side alori dingbe ama tanya kwadwa tralenya ri daru amomba kare atilisi laka eyo to ama korega ke sa ama tade jore yote odupe ra ma ya farangwe mere ma batire kuza na kumba isa ka kuza ne eri ogwa isa side e galora sa eri ngara na so gwa ise nepe da me fukwe eri na no kan jido se me fu bati na rekpe da masa mesu kare me kava malaka eri komba ware da eri do da eri moste da kam dina ore da kam dina da ngo mbari ngame fangwa ya batiri tekere mesu batiri so duke yote churu ise amala isa embake one side aru mbadi jamba e kavare akera ina erino ka vumbisha mesuda ayawakane mane tirjona ina tazia ane nausini.
Grace Lindrio Madwadri, a resident of Panyawe village, stated that the heavy rainfall has damaged so many properties, including housing and crops.
Ma village ni Panyawe, eri de dalade amane onjera sila za kabiri eri onyo kwe ode ma tukun nidi abadero ma dutiri sukendre pe dutiri mane ya kwitere abale dreto po ma jike jiku ne agesi dra tira ma fi eru pe sadere e jogome ke ko ma wa ko la ke ko ne ke ma ya ma ya warasi mane tiri ne tukun ni si jo ya me wa eri de ya ovene muto ya kine do yi oro yikani do yikamanya ni reko ya renza siko ya renza singana renza kanida bakolo angwepe bo tozoga pi maso ba ku zoga pi ma batiri no de kijona a ra meri batiri de tiraga jokaru ya tiga lukua ya fo ari lo masiri ya mapa konfa mavuto ranga lwangu sidi lukua ya mesuda matofali bezo batiri de tunigasi lukua dua ko mekwa ene mekwa ya ngwa batiri tira iri to wala kijona mekwa ngami ko ya kijoni agesi liberu da tira ini tofali ya kwe o morezi tofali na odesi ya kigari ya siki ugini ukabara wanachini biyero
Kodar lini mi buete shama na madira karika e nyandale di e zapama di village ya anza kita mfuare mo kwa yavu dereni koro ovru banta disa iri ezo yote vuru onzo atini pepe godo seri ongba vuru lopena saniani tariba ti disosu ko lukamvu otra ya pakore ongo due drap ba madri village ya alotro easy nungu aruse baiti o viki ke odra poni koro rare be lo ura runza darne sama tajo disa ani erwadri kema ile bate gomete amadu ru rejo district RA ongo komake wafudi zile amani dari dikurusi sama ya e tani rete donzi village di ada kaya kasi da sebe bama di ni ware jokake amugua tiwa konya ya male warsi weli le amvara dukuru kita ya male ware kole komake village de aga tilera takwe tachiru ezaro
Emmanuel Okware, the Deputy Resident District Commissioner of Ajimani District, appealed for support from the relevant stakeholders through the Office of the Chief Administrative Officer and the Office of the Prime Minister, Ajimani District.
We are very sorry to report that the day before yesterday there was a heavy storm in Ajimani, and especially in Siforo sub-county, where many households lost properties ranging from houses to crops, and this has affected more than 26 households. We feel very sorry about this. We want to sympathize and extend our messages of encouragement to the people who are affected, the households that were affected, and we want to pray that they may calm down. As a procedure, the sub-county team will do a disaster assessment and of course liaise with the district, and the Chief Administrative Officer will write to the Office of the Prime Minister based on the assessment which has been gotten, and I think based on that appeal for a bit of relief and a bit of more assistance to the affected families. We feel bad about this. We want to call for calm. We want to say the team is working hand in hand, in collaboration, to ensure that there is relief that can be extended to the affected households. Thank you very much.
The heavy rainfall and lightning in Siforo Sub-County Ajimani District left a trail of destruction and displacement in its wake, with affected residents requiring urgent support to rebuild their homes and their livelihoods. Reporting for West Nile Television, Onzima Alan, Okomaringa Christine, NILECAST.
The Electoral Commission has adjusted polling dates for several special interest groups and launched a nationwide distribution of voter location slips ahead of the 2026 general elections. To address past difficulties in locating polling stations, the Electoral Commission began issuing voter location slips on December 15, 2025. Registered voters must collect these slips in person from their parish headquarters by January 13, 2025. Okomoringe Christine has more.
The Electoral Commission has adjusted polling dates for several special interest groups and launched a nationwide distribution of voter location slips ahead of the 2026 general elections. During a progress update on the electoral roadmap on Wednesday, the 17th of December 2025, the Electoral Commission Chairperson Justice Byamukama Mugenyi Simon announced the changes and unveiled the new biometric technology intended to secure the vote. The Electoral Commission has rescheduled several elections for representatives of persons with disabilities, youth, and workers to ensure they participate in both their specific electoral colleges and the general adults suffrage elections. The polling dates for other elective positions remain unchanged. To address the past difficulties in locating polling stations, the Electoral Commission began issuing voter location slips on December the 15th, 2025. Registered voters must collect these slips in person from parish headquarters by January 13th, 2026. The slips, which are provided free of charge, contain the voter's photo and the unique barcode. This barcode will be used in conjunction with the newly acquired biometric voter verification kits. The Commission has acquired 109,142 kits that use fingerprint and facial recognition to authenticate voters, aiming at upholding one man, woman, one vote principle. Reporting for West Nile Television, Okumaringa Christine, NILECAST.
Thank you so much for joining us for the news bulletin on West Nile TV. I am Kajik Daisy Uchama. Iniala, Vudmaber. Have a good night.